Hello, Michael from CTW here, and just continuing our series of building tests. If you followed along, we are now on my first test expanded, where we've built and added things that are helping you get more data, get more from your shocks, get more consistent. And you can see in this test, we've done a warm-up, we've done the save as screen, set the rod diameter and rod force to get pressure, and we run one speed. Now, for many of you, you're going to really be running multiple speeds because the damper at 1 inch per second is different than at 10 inches per second. Especially as you remove bleed, you add rebound or digressive pistons, they tend to be very different. So you need to run multiple speeds. This is also true of chassis dynamics. The car's roll, pitch, on the brake, off the brake, on the gas. Those are low speed events. And so you're going to want to run slower speeds, and then for bumps and issues late in the corner on the gas, you're going to run faster because those are different events and you're going to have to run different velocities to capture them and ultimately tune your damper better. So we have one speed. If I click on run test speed, you can see it loads another speed. I can grab it and drag it, and right away we have a test with two speeds now. If I click on it, you can see it's going to run at 1 inch per second. You also see that right there. And I click on this is running at 10 inches per second. Two speeds. We have a slow speed and a fast speed. Sounds great. We can add multiple speeds by just clicking run test speed and continually changing it. The other thing we can do is we can come here, right click with the mouse, do copy, and then do paste. And we can do that. So we can just come in and say, let's do 3, right? And then we can right click, copy, paste. This third speed, we're gonna make that 5. So this is a very good 4-speed test that's going to get you some low speed views of the damper and data, and then a high speed later on, as I said, coming off the corner, hitting a bump, you're going to see some high speeds. Now, believe me, 10 inches may not capture the high speed enough. You may need to add more. That's really up to you. If you have data acquisition, clearly that is the best way to do this. But if you're guessing, capturing this 1 and 3 is really a good way to capture the bleed to the shim stack interaction. You might even go slower. I have seen it, and add more points in here. It's really up to you, and it's as part of your learning curve. But having these 4 is a really good way to capture what your damper's doing, so that at the track you actually have, if you're talking about low speed, bleed, making changes there, you have the speeds already collected. If you're talking about a bump or other event disturbance, you have a higher speed, so you can decide what to change, and you know already where your shock is at those moments. So that would be a 4-speed test. And again, I'm just going to continue to build on this. I'm going to do save as, and we had that first test expanded last time. So I'm just going to say my first test, and I'm going to just type in 4 speeds. And that way we can just keep building on these tests. So there is now a 4-speed test ready to run. And when you do save, it automatically loads over here into the test executor, just so you know, and you don't have to go open it. But if you want to, you can always use the open and open any other test that you may have made, created, or are working with. So right away, we have a 4-speed test for you to use. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, contact us using the information in the video description.